Hello everyone. Welcome to the very new episode of TECHSPIRANTS 2.0, Jumpstart Your Coding Journey, a beginner's guide to getting started. I'm your host, Ms. Gauri Deshmukh, Event Head of CSI UMIT, along with my co-host, Ms. Nehal Patil, Joint Secretary and Sponsorship Head. In today's episode, we'll delve into the strategies, tips, and insights that will help you stand out in the corporate world of technology. Whether you are a student eager to land your dream internship or a rookie wanting to ace coding, you have come to the right place. We are back again with expert interviews, success stories, and deep dives into the technical skills and soft skills that make a real difference. Our mission is to empower you with the knowledge and confidence you need to excel in your career. So, without further ado, let's jump into today's episode and explore the world of programming and accelerate your coding journey. Prepare to be inspired, informed, and well equipped in this episode. We are honored to have a distinguished speaker in today's episode. Let's welcome Ms. Ramya Rajeshwari.
Hi everyone.
So today we have a special guest who has recently embarked on an excited journey as a graduate analyst. She is the alumni of her college, UMIT, and the ex-chairperson of CSI Council. She has completed a prestigious internship at Deutsche Bank, but has also worked as Baba Atomic Research Center. She's working as a graduate analyst in Deutsche Bank. They will be sharing their experience, insights, and the valuable lessons they have learned along the way. So let's dive right and hear her inspiring story.
Hi Gauri, hi Snehal. Thank you for the warm welcome. Looking forward to this.
So let's start with the first question. I wanted to ask you, what suggestions do you have for the beginner who are struggling with coding, who is really new to coding and does not have any experience in it?
Okay, let me start first with something like congrats to you guys for pulling out this second season another time. It was us who started with this, and a second season of this. Congrats to you and keep going. Coming to the question for anyone who is struggling. So I would suggest start from the basics. So if you take a curriculum of 4 years of engineering, so your first year goes into your basic prep, where you have everything that you have come from the 11th and 12th basics. So you have physics, you have chemistry, you have engineering drawing, everything, etc., which you may not be continuing in your next 3 years. So first year's prep goes in that. But from the second year, you start learning your core subjects. May it be OOPS, you pick up on a language, you start with the core basics, and may it be any branch, maybe it be computers, IT, or electronics, whichever branch it is. You start with your core learning from the second year. So I would recommend, even if you feel a little detached from your curriculum, pull back yourself to your curriculum and get back yourself to the start and start with the basics. So if you have missed a few lectures, it's totally fine because, to be very honest, at our time, COVID happened in our second year and it was all a roller coaster ride. So we were not able to get to the resources properly. Nothing was perfect with ourselves. So it's like everything you have to earn and learn yourself. So coming back again, if you have some struggling or some situations like that, you will start with the basics. Obviously, you all will be having great connections with your seniors. Get in touch with them, your close seniors, your immediate seniors, and ask them how they turned out to be in the second year. Because every time it changes. It's been like 3 years since I have passed my second year. So you need to get in touch with someone who has recently passed the second year. So when you get in touch with them, you'll get to know what you have to cover up and what is the latest trend that you have to be followed. So starting with your basics, so I recommend pick up on a language first, whatever it may be, something that you have already recursively covered from the 11th or 12th and in the first year. So pick up on that language, start with the basics, clear your basics thoroughly, like may it be the syntax, a very basic thing, the syntax error, the logicals, everything. That should be the fundamental basics should be clear. Then after that, continuing with this, you should start practicing it on a daily basis. Even if you do for 2 days and then give it a break for like 3 days, it won't be work. Like it won't be useful. the 2 days effort will all go in vain. Be consistent throughout your journey. Even if it's 1 hour or something daily, it's brilliant. It's excellent. Just start with some basics, everything like theoretical also. It's not just that you sit in front of your laptop and hit the keys and just do some code and that's all. No, it's not like that. You first clear your theory concepts first. You get yourself cleared with what are the basic functions, how it uses, what are the packages, everything. The concepts should be cleared first. For me, the concept should be clear first. If you're clear with the concepts, then only you'll be able to imply them. So be consistent throughout your journey and follow a pattern. There are n number of resources available on the net. You can follow any pattern that you like, that people have experimented and have worked out for them, so that you can refer to and then follow to the career. Yeah.
Thank you, Dee. Moving towards another question. What resources such as online courses, book, or coding platform you have found most helpful in enhancing your coding skills?
Okay, so regarding the resources, so before starting or coming towards the resources, there are mainly basically two things that one must be aware of. There is something that will, if your aim is to be a successful engineer or be placed into a corporate or a good company or anything, whatever your end goal is, there are two things. First is you will be oriented towards your interview and placement preparations. And the second thing is how skillfully you want to develop yourself, how technically equipped you want to be. So, reaching out to that, it'll be like first, you'll have to clear your concepts first, that is the theoretical ones, which will help you get placed to the company on clearing the first rounds of the company. And the second thing is what you will be using once you land into a job, when you start your career into the job and you start working in the company. So there are two things. So first, an entry gateway, and the next is what you'll do after the gateway. So in order to pass the entry gateway, you'll have to be thoroughly clear with your concepts. For me, I have seen the basic concepts of second and third year syllabus like DSA, OOPS, computer networks, and design and analysis of algorithms, everything. All these together combine the core syllabus like database and management, everything. So keep these concepts very, very clear because these will help you clearing your coding journey or the coding exam or competitive exam, whatever it is. About the resources that I would suggest or something many of us from my batch worked out was like HackerRank or Hacker Earth, anything. So pick up on any one of them. Start. They have, I guess, some courses. So if you select C or C++, so they have some set of courses. So they cover each and every topic. Like for example, first they'll be covering arrays, then maybe loops, then if else, etc., and then trees, lists, hash maps, etc. So cover one by one and be confident enough to tell that if it is anything from this particular domain, I'll be able to clear the question. So that should be a confidence level. If it is arrays, it should be like, I can manipulate this array in any way. That's my confidence, maybe anything. I can do this in this language in any clear terms. So apart from that, when you get cleared with that, then you'll have to clear your something, or you'll have to pick up on something with development that you'll be doing into the company, that you'll start doing once you are into the company. So as I said, there will be two parts. Like one is your entry gateway, and the other is what you'll be doing after the entry gateway. So I'll recommend do not start these both hand in hand because it'll be too much at a time, and you'll not be able to get into both of them equally well and wellly. It would be like you're keeping your legs in two boats, and in that case, you'll just sink and drown. So clear one by one. If it's like you consistently, once you realize that you've had a grip in your DSA, have grip in your editing, programming, etc., then maybe you can something with. Do not leave it. Do not leave it. I don't say practice 1 month competitive programming and then you're like, okay, now finally think I can do this anytime. So now let's start with web dev. And then another 1 month you don't touch DSA because you will forget. It's very easy to forget things. So you'll forget if you do not have practice. And have a practice consistently, your approach changes to a problem statement. So modifying your approach to your in daily way, modifying your approach, your mind's thinking is very important. Then you can start with development once you have a consistency in your competitive programming and coding skills. I would recommend start with something around development, be anything. If you are a web development enthusiast or if you are an Android developer, whatever whatever excites you, you can take up on that. Do take up a course, maybe on YouTube. YouTube has plenty of many courses that are freely available. But if you are one of that person who feels that I should also be getting a certificate at the end so that I'm actually proven that yes, I just don't declare myself that yes, I know this, but you also have a certificate at the end to prove that yes, you have done something, you've achieved something in this, you've completed this course. So that also you can try. For example, for that, any maybe any website like Coursera or Udemy, I would recommend you can pick up any course and just be consistent through that also. Complete their tasks on a daily basis. And if you find that, okay, I've started with web development, but I really don't like the tech stack that is being used. So if you don't feel that right, try to explore something new. Maybe that might excite you in another way. If that also fails, try something new. But then you'll have to maintain a consistency and hold a grip of it. Yeah.
Thank you, Dee, as you shared your resources and the online courses that helped you throughout your journey. I would like to ask you, how did you improve your logic building skills?
Practice. It's purely practice. So coming towards like logic building, etc., it comes with practice. It comes with discipline. You have to be practicing it on a daily basis. If you do not practice daily, even if you're not able to, I don't mean that if you're occupied on a fully engaging day, like it's a celebration or it's something in the college fest and you don't get time on it, that's okay. But consistency is like if you determine that these many hours of week I dedicated to this, do dedicate it to that. Because once you lose practice or once you lose touch, you'll be behind, you'll be left behind. Everyone else will be ahead of you and you'll be left behind. So you'll have to practice consistently. And then what helped me was like, if I decide this is a concept that I'm going to cover in this week, for a basic example, maybe I'm taking something like linked list. So that's a very basic example that I'm giving. So if I think that I'll cover all the concepts on in this, so start from the theory, learn it. So set a goal and then try to achieve that goal. And I don't mean that the goal should be bigger. Divide the goal into smaller subtasks and try to achieve those subtasks first. Ultimately, you will be reaching your goal, right? So achieve a small subtask like I should complete this part of, I should at least in a linked list, I should understand a node, what is a node. Then I should understand the linkage between them, how I implement it, how I technically implement it. That's what your approach should be. And once you get interested into this, I've never seen anybody else going back or losing interest out of it. So it comes with interest and practice.
So another question is mistakes that you did that you wish that no one should else do this mistake in your journey.
Uh, Mistakes that I did, I feeling them, but still, okay, maybe the mistakes would be definitely like you might lose your consistency somewhere in the between. The biggest mistake that I would say happened with us was COVID. So pandemic hit, and we were all very lazy. We were all like, we'll see it afterwards once when college reopens and etc. We'll start once again when everything is back to form. That shouldn't have happened. I won't blame only the pandemic to be the reason. That was every individual to be blamed personally because we chose to be lazy and not practice anything. And we chose to lay on the bed and scroll whatever is shown on Instagram or YouTube. That should not be happening. you should be consistent. Consistency is the key to success. Don't mind me saying this word plenty of times in this interview, but that is the key. So since the pandemic happened, we were all very lazy. I mean, the whole batch of us, maybe like my friends and all, we were all really lazy. We didn't do something interesting enough. But once when we realized that there should be some hitting point or realization that should happen into that, maybe that's something from nature, a sign or something, whatever it is that instigates you, do not ignore that sign, take upon it and start running again. It's never too late to start anything. If you're still in your third or fourth year and you feel that you've not actually equipped yourself technically that efficiently or that well in 3 years, it's never too late to start. I've seen people taking up everything from the fourth year, starting off the fourth year and building their major project. Their major project has been a key to their technology stack they've equipped. So whatever they've done in the major project from the scratch, they did thoroughly and they did everything from the scratch. That made themselves experts in that at the end of the year. So it may be something that you might take up in your career to the next level, maybe any language or maybe any domain, maybe cybersecurity or encryption, decryption, whatever excites you. So it's never too late to start anything and be consistent. And uh, something else that I would consider as a mistake, not for me, but for somebody else, would be like not only be a bookish worm or something. Don't be only the one who is always into the books and always only into the competitions and etc. But also develop your personality also. Socialize, network with people because that is something you will lack if you are only a bookish worm after coming into the corporate. So socialize and network with people around you. The best way to do that is getting into clubs in your colleges or anywhere else. Get into those clubs, you'll have an amazing connection over there. You'll grow your connections from there. You'll get to know what your seniors do, what your peers do. You have a close connection to them. And it's not like restricted to only one domain. You have your seniors, you have juniors. Sometimes you also learn from your juniors that, oh, she thinks so nice. So maybe I should also improve. It is very much true. You also learn from your juniors. You also inspire from your juniors and seniors. So you need a peer environment in which you can definitely develop yourself, your soft skills, and your personality development. So don't miss out on this opportunity of socializing and networking. Yeah.
Thank you for being honest and sharing your mistakes with us. Could you please share your personal coding journey? Like, what hardships did you face when you started with coding?
Okay. So when I started with coding, so I hadn't taken up anything related to coding until my 12th. It was in my engineering's first year when I started with something in computers. Uh, so when I started, so in the first year, we went according to the syllabus, didn't take up anything from the outside, but yes, we were also looking forward to some resources. There were often happening some guest lectures in our college and everything. So that did help us. And no, because if you're only into the classroom and you do not look away from it, you will be into a black box. You'll be into a box. Your thinking won't be beyond it. So once when I started with it, I picked up a language. Probably it was C. I would recommend everyone to start with something basic and not jump directly to some higher language or whatever you hear fancy in the YouTube or in the YouTube tutorials because that is not meant for beginners who are just maybe 17 years old. I'm speaking something about the ideal conditions, what has been traditionally being followed. So in my first year, I picked up my coding language of C and then did all the basics. We all did our basics thoroughly clear, like everything, maybe the syntax and everything, and hands-on practice of everything. uh, Not using the online compiler, using the Turbo C and etc. It's all very nostalgic now, but then it is the root. It is the root where from you start your journey. So After that, I moved to another language which was more oriented to. So we had to incorporate other logics. So we had to move towards OOPS. We had to incorporate logics from there into this. So OOPS. So we moved to C++ and Java. Again, practicing through various resources. I won't recommend you to stick to only one type of course and then following it, maybe on the internet, but look forward for different courses and from various resources, try to grab as much as knowledge as you can. Once you have a grip in it, start applying the theories around things like database or computer networks or any other, maybe in electronics, any other technology that you want to learn something from that. Keep yourself theoretically also ready and conceptually also ready, because that is something that will be helpful for you to clearing your interviews in when while you'll be placed into some company. Then pick up on something related to development or something that you'll be using in your, maybe in what excites you and what you would like to work on in your future. So try to get on something with that. So I started with web development. I got myself enrolled into a course. So I completed that over a period of time. In the start, it might be a little difficult to start with, but then once when you get onto the track, it'll be easy for you. And when you get into it and when you enjoy doing that, you are into the track and your train leads to the destination perfectly. So start first with the core syllabus topics, and then once you're consistent in it, start something with the development and look forward for certifications. That will be something helpful for that. And after that, you'll always see that what is required in the industry currently. So if that company A coming to your college and you get to know that, okay, that company works closely in this technology. So I should maybe equip myself with that company or with that technological skills so that it would be easier for me to grab knowledge more fastly when I land a job in that company. So yeah.
On the end note, will you like to share your experience in the corporate company?
Okay, my experience in the corporate company, I interned last year in a company, and so I've been placed in the same company. So it's a totally different experience because in a college to corporate or campus to corporate, even I was surprised of this term. What is this? Campus to corporate. It's going to be the same, but it's not definitely the same. But it's always it's going to be very much interesting. It's going to be very much different. It's going to be something like you'll be having a feeling that okay, 4 years of your 4 years of your hard work, what you've learned physically, what you've learned literally what you have learned, you'll be applying them. So whatever you've learned in your 4 years or outside from that, in and out from that boundaries, you'll be applying them. And it would be totally different experience because you'll be learning new things. No company expects you to be technically equipped fully, but they do want you to be a committed person. They want you to be disciplined and committed to something that you're assigned to, because a company eventually will train you into what they want you to work in, and they'll get whatever they want from you. So you just have to be consistent in it, and you'll have to be ready and open for your opportunities. And once you get into the company, you will have you'll still have options to explore things and learn. You'll still have an option to choose what you want to work on. You still have that option at the later end also. So it's not that if till your fourth year you have not been able to do so, you can obviously get into it once you land into your company. Because in general, as far as I know, every company does that. So they'll train you, they'll ask you which technology are you comfortable in or what excites you in, what do you think you'll be able to contribute more in which area, and they'll assign you something with that. You can start learning on that, and then you'll be applying. The fun part is when you see people from different regions coming together from your same background, all engineers from different areas, and you develop another peer surrounding environment around you. It's a different college. You have come to another bunch of place where you have people from other different colleges, other different backgrounds, seniors, or maybe experts from subject matter experts, etc. It will all be very great. And always look forward to opportunities. Do not miss on something that you think that maybe you might not be able to do so. Do not hesitate. Just give it a try. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा नहीं होगा कुछ बस. That's it. Do not miss on any opportunity and be open to everything.
Wow, that was indeed a wholesome experience. And that brings us to the end of another insightful episode of TECHSPIRANTS 2.0. I'd like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our speaker, Ms. Ramya, for sharing her expertise and valuable insights with us today. Thank you, Ramya, for being a part of this discussion. But our show wouldn't be the
Thank you.
same without our dedicated listeners. Your support and enthusiasm drives us to bring you the best content. We hope you found today's episode informative and inspiring.
If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to share, subscribe, and like the video. Your feedback is essential in helping us improve and reach a broader audience. And of course, stay tuned for excited content in the future. Remember, your journey to knowledge, and we are here to help on every step of the way. Until next time, keep preparing, keep learning, and keep excelling. Thank you for being a part of our TechSparent community.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Let's meet you on the first Saturday of every month at 7 p.m. Thank you. Thank you, Dee.